Man, it's been a difficult ride. I just finished speaking to someone who had their children taken away from them because they were falsely accused of abusing their child. Not one, not two, but three children were pulled from the arms of the mother and the father, all because when they went to the doctor misdiagnosed one of the children and thought that the children was being abused. But what turns out is that the child had fluid in their head from a disease that went undetected by the pediatrician on previous visits. Could you imagine? You wake up today, you give your children a kiss on their forehead, you say, child number one, child number two, child number three, you're going to have a fantastic day because mom and dad loves you. And then later on in the day, you take one of the children to the doctor, and then all hell breaks loose. The doctor checks that child, thinks it's being abused. They call the state attorney, and before you can even blink, CPS is in the office talking to that doctor when you're not present. You get back home, and CPS is at your door waiting for you. It is absolutely scary to see how so many parents, so many people are struggling when it comes to their children. Families being broken apart. You thought the schools were bad, ladies and gentlemen? To my Americans out there, I know you guys are having your issues with the schools. We're going to park that for today. But you thought the schools were bad. You have people out there whose families are being destroyed and they don't have the resources to fight to get their child back. This young lady, this young gentleman, they had to sell their house to pay for attorney fees. And ultimately, they're victorious. Ultimately, they got their children back. It was 150 days without their child, without their children, without their family. 150 days of tears, 150 days of sorrow, 150 days of missing the family that you just had one doctor's visit ago. And I raise this because it is very scary to see how much power people are given outside of your home with very little recourse. If you don't have the money, if you don't have the resources, it can be a very long fight. And I wonder how many families out there, lower middle class, blue collar, hardworking, don't have the money to put up this kind of fight? How many become jaded as the court proceedings get prolonged? 1 month, 2 month, 3 months. How many families out there aren't ever whole again, not because they are guilty of the accusations, but they don't have the resources to put up a fight, a good enough fight for the children. Imagine being innocent of the charges, but being guilty of something far worse, and that is being poor.